On behalf of the core group of National College Trichy, I welcome everyone to the first session of the Weekend Journalism program. Today, we, the students of core group, are going to discuss about online classes in terms of expectations and realities. Here we have Ms. Swati Balasubramanian, former junior correspondent of the Times of India, Chennai cluster, as our moderator. I welcome the moderator, the students, and all the invited guests. So I feel that online classes came as a result to keep the students connected with studies during this lockdown and pandemic period. So I feel that this is being successful to some extent because I feel that traveling costs and commuting, the time used for commuting between schools and colleges from work is reduced, and that people are having more time in their hands to concentrate on other activities as well. So I think this is the major advantage of having an online class.
The online classes reduce the amount of the transportation cost and also reduces the student connectivity towards the society.
First of all, I would like to say that online classes aren't exactly a new phenomenon. The popularity of online classes we have right now is completely new.
Anybody in favor of this point or opposing this point?
We can attend various seminars, workshops held in different places all over the country. We can even participate in international seminars and webinars and workshops. At the same time, I think online classes entirely depend on students' self-discipline and self-interest in them. If you are in a traditional classroom setup, you are forced into, in a positive way, of course, you're forced into a situation where you can learn, where you can improve yourself. You're encouraged to do that. But when coming to online classes, it completely relies on your self-interest and self-discipline.
So on my part, it is very useful to students who are learning from even from village, even from city, who don't have any kind of, we don't need passports to visit Australia. In that case, we can use this.
See, what about the underprivileged children who are not able to afford basic Android mobile phones, which is the utmost thing which is required to attend online classes?
Everybody is talking in favor of the online classes. Like you mentioned, our country is not privileged enough to have Android phones in each and every house. And even so, if there is more than one child in the house, or if the parent is also a teacher, there is a huge problem. A huge problem arises because the teacher also has to teach her children, and the child has also to go with her classes. So I think it is a technological problem on the first hand, and the main problem is it is a lack of practical knowledge. I don't think online classes can give you as much as knowledge as you have the classes in the college or school. Because when you don't have practical knowledge of what you are learning, I personally feel that your degree or whatever it's just a waste. Because as a science student, I personally feel that because it's been more than 6 months we are having these online classes, and we only know the theoretical part. And being a microbiologist, of course this corona is a part of that. So I don't think these online classes are more to be encouraged anymore.
To be productive in a student-centric classroom is in itself a privilege, because most of the students from rural areas are highly accustomed to teacher-centered classrooms. When I ask my students to do something on their own, they struggle a lot. They struggle a lot. To be productive even in the student-centered classroom is in itself a privilege. That privilege is largely, negated, taken for granted when approaching policies for online education.
So this is my point. Students and teachers or professors both are suffered equally because there is no time at all. From the night of August 1, you have to take online classes. There is no time for
illiteracy, as in not all staffs and professors or even the students and their parents are well versed with a smartphone or setting up Zoom meetings and all those things. That is one of his points. And the other point is not everyone, most of India belongs to the underprivileged class. So everyone can afford a smartphone. So those are his 2 points. So anybody who wants to second his point or oppose his point can do so.
But kids these days, there are so many distractions in the mobile, and kids don't attend their classes in personal mobile phones. They have some tablets or PCs. They have a lot of games in there. So they skip their classes, they mute their videos, they mute their audios. They do not attend their classes. It is not the mistake of the kids, it is the nature of the kids.
we have no, he said we are listening just 35 minutes in a class. But in reality, is there are 35 minutes in a class or 1 hour in the class, ma'am? But no one is listening as 35 minutes is a long time, he said. But students are chatting privately with the classmates and they have personal members, but they are not listening at all.
So let's also take it in this point. Let's talk about
College management has used a proctor tool in which it was like an invigilation, and the proctor tool records audios as well as videos, and it was like it was seeing the whole room, not room but the audios. It was recording the audios and the videos. So I thought it was a technological development, but not that all colleges have to do this or all colleges have this tool, but I thought this to be something encouraging.
In Tamil Nadu, ma'am, strictly in rural areas, there are only 50% just have their hand.
then what are the other alternatives that underprivileged kids can have? Do you have that point? Because when you're making this point, we need a solution as well.
Actually, online mode exams are not very new to India. Even I gave my JEE mains in online mode. But the thing is, the online exam was held at a center. So online exams are effective only when they are held at some public places rather than conducting it in everyone's home. Even no one is going to be sincere enough when it is conducted in their homes, and screens should be recorded. Only then we can know if someone has copied or not.
Thank you all who participated. I think so Subhash, Kavya, Manoj, Kaushik, Santosh, Hansa, Yogeshwari, all of you had wonderful points.